What planet are you on? Planet Ecstasy. Who do you believe? No one. Take a trip with me. And there was kind of that whole kind of rave generation when it kind of I was very, very immersed into it, and I just loved the music and the time, and a lot of my friends were DJs, and some of my friends were artists. I remember going to a party once, and it was by Spiral Tribe, and Spiral Tribe were a bunch of hippies that just used to put on kind of raves anywhere, and they just used to plot down and kind of squat, and they did a really big one over London Bridge, and the police shut off the bridge, and I was trying to cross over the bridge, but I didn't kind of quite make it, and there was all these police there with dogs and helicopters. It's taken me a long time to realise that people just accept me and love me because of who I am, and I don't have to be the crazy person on the dance floor. I don't have to try and push myself. I don't have to be the first one up in a pub dancing on the tables. And I think it's taken me a long time to realise that I don't actually have to prove anything to myself. I was elected president of my student union, and no one thought I'd ever become kind of president of the student union, but I ran a very, very clever kind of political kind of campaign where I kind of used street artists and targeted different kind of groups with different kind of messages. I actually spoke with Tony Black. He actually followed me on stage, and I always used to like debating, so I spoke, and then he spoke after and referenced my speech. I think the other achievement, and I remember I was on page 1 of the Educational Times, was I led the first student protest that Ealing's ever experienced, where 400 students were protesting because the lecturers weren't marking their work, and there's a front page of me with a kind of megaphone in my mouth. My conversion to Russian Orthodoxy happened about 4 years ago, and I wasn't religious and never believed in religion in any shape or form. I was in Russia, and I'd been out on a club night, which was kind of quite an excessive Russian drinking occasion. The next day I was quite hungover, and I saw Alexander Nevsky, which is a monastery opposite, and I thought I'd just go and kind of visit. And I just witnessed the liturgy and just had a great warmth and an all-encompassing feeling, and just felt that I needed to change my life and slow down and change my direction in life. Also I had the feeling kind of my mum was with me as well, because my mum died when I was 19, and she died of cancer very, very quickly. If 2 minutes before I'd walked in Alexander Nevsky No Lava, anyone had said to me anything about religion, I would have just told them to go away. I would have told them that it's not true. Orthodoxy is very much more about the heart than about the head. So it's very much more about your feelings. If you lose that feeling, it doesn't matter what you understand, because there's no depth to it and there's no heart to it, and it's all about the heart. Здравствуйте. Меня зовут Стивен. Очень приятно. Я люблю history. Я люблю музыку. But my first kind of exposure to Russia was in 1989. I went to Russia on a school trip, and thoroughly enjoyed it. I went to St. Petersburg and also to Moscow. It's where I met my first girlfriend too, so it was a Russian girl that I met in St. Petersburg, so that probably accelerated my love affair of kind of Russia. My mum used to send her things like soap, etc., things that she didn't really have. She's very nice. She had long blonde hair, from what I remember, and yeah, she's just a nice person. I hope she's well. So my idea of relationship is you need to grow together, and I think you need to grow at the same kind of rate. And the other thing is just to have an understanding of the other person and another person's space. Trust is a real strong foundation in relationship. And I was very lucky because my parents had a lot of trust, and they had their own lives, but they were also a very, very strong unit together. I'm single, so if anyone wants to know, my number is. Nothing's impossible. I think that anything you can achieve anything. And I think in life you have a lot of hurdles, and you should think of life as being like a hurdle runner, that you need to keep jumping over the hurdles. You're dealt the cards that you've got in life, and you just got to play them. But I think you can add to them by having better experiences and doing more things and more positive things in your life. Life's too short, you know, so it's all about packing as much as you can into it. Thank you very much. Bye.